Pop-up, pop-up dialog. Enable screen narration. Pop-up dialog. Enable screen narration. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 offers a screen narration option that uses text-to-speech to read the on-screen menus. You can enable this feature here, or at any point from the settings menu. Currently highlighted. Skip button. Now activated. Now, Audit Visual Assistance. Accessibility screen. Press menu button to continue to next page. Current button, controls screen. Press left, assistance presets screen. Press view button to customize assistance presets. Character, customize identity screen. This screen is not yet narrated. Press menu button to continue to next page. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet. Character selection item. Character selection item. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not
Ladies
yet
and gentlemen,
narrated.
we've begun our descent to destination.
Press A to select. Press right stick to access options and social. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is character selection. Character selection item. Character selection item. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is character selection. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character select. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press right. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press X to color options. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press X to color options. Character select. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character Character selection. Character. Character select. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press X to color option. Character selection item. Character selection item.
Jump Master.
This is not
Ready
yet
to
narrated.
drop off our skydivers.
Press character
The
selection
sky is
item.
calling.
This is not yet narrated.
Hoist up. Entering
Press A
spray
to
zone,
select.
guys. Adjusting
Press
altitude
right.
for optimal
Character
coverage.
Pickup
selection
zone in
item.
sight, guys.
This is not yet narrated.
Cleared for approach. Landing
Press
checklist
A to
complete.
select. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press X to color options. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press X to color options. Press right stick to access options and social features. character character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press X to color options. Press right stick to access options and social features. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. 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 Press A to select. Press X to color options. Press right stick to access options and social character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Press A to select. Press X. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character select. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet narrated. Character selection item. Character selection item. This is not yet
Pickup
narrated.
zone in sight, guys.
Press A to select. Press main menu. Currently highlighted. World photographer. Button 1 of 6. Press A to select. World photographer. Button 1 of 6. Activities. Button 2 of 6. Career. Button 3 of 6. Free. Marketplace. Additional content. Marketplace screen. Press right bumper to switch to My Library. Additional content. My Library screen. Press left bumper to switch to Marketplace. Press left trigger or right trigger to change library filter. Press left stick to search. Category. Collapsible list header. Press A to show or hide additional settings within this section. Press B to back. Press right stick to access options and social features. Community. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Additional content. Marketplace screen. Additional content. My Library screen. Press left bumper to switch to Marketplace. Press left trigger or right trigger to change library filter. Press left stick to search. Currently highlighted. World update. World update 14. Central Eastern Europe. Library World update. Enable/disable. Packs. Packs. Enables. Marketplace. Additional content. Marketplace screen. Main menu. World photography. Activity. Career. Rise of a pilot. Choose any location in the world where you want to start your career. Currently highlighted. Next. Button. Press A to select. In which airport do you want to start your career? Choose a start location screen. Press Y to switch to panels. Press L stick to recenter. Press left trigger / right trigger to zoom. Press B to back to main menu. Press right stick to access options and social features. By default, this screen uses an analog cursor to navigate the 3D globe when using keyboard or gamepad. Cursorless navigation is available by pressing Y to search for a starting airport via text input. RCS-12, CTS building, RCS-12, CTS building. World map location. Press Y to switch to panels. Press L stick to recenter. Press left trigger / right trigger to zoom. Press RCSS, RCSS, Songshan. RCSS, RCSS, Songshan. World map location. Press Y to switch to panels. Press L stick to recenter. RCGM, Daewon. World map location. Press Y to switch to panels. Press L stick to recenter. Press left trigger / right trigger to zoom. Press B to back to main menu. Press A to select. Confirm start location. Daewon, RCGM, Daewon, 2024/11/20. Currently highlighted. Choose airport. Button. Next.
Hello
Button.
there. You must be Monica, right?
Press A to select.
Welcome to Taoyuan. I'm Juan, the owner of this aero club. Here at the
Next.
club, we provide all the
Button.
training lessons you need to get started and earn your private
Press
pilot
A to
license.
select.
Then, once you've earned your PPL, you can build up your flight hours and get more experience by taking people out on first flights. But before any of that, let's head outside and take a flight to get familiar with our aircraft and the local surroundings.
Welcome to the apron. This is where all our flying adventures begin. Why don't you walk around a bit while I finish the pre-flight preparations? we will be flying in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. It's the main trainer airplane in our flight school. Our Cessna's got a glass cockpit and a 180 horsepower engine. Climbs well and is easy to fly. It's one sweet ride. I'm ready if you are, so hop in and buckle up. Let the good times roll. Welcome aboard. While you settle in, let's go over our flight plan. After taking off, we will climb to 1,600 feet above sea level and then fly over the airport to enjoy the view. Ready? Why don't you start the engine for us?
Pause menu. Currently highlighted. Restart. Settings. Button. Press Y to.
Perfect. The wind is from 270 degrees direction with a speed of 9 knots, so we'll be taking off from runway 23. Okay, let me taxi to the runway.
Switch view. You can switch between cockpit and external view with view button.
Alright, now comes the fun part. After releasing the brakes and applying full power, we will speed up and take off once we reach 60 knots airspeed. We will be climbing at 75 knots, which is the recommended climbing speed for the Cessna Skyhawk. While climbing, we will follow a left-hand traffic pattern and make 2 turns. Don't worry if it sounds overwhelming, I am here to help. Release the parking brakes, otherwise we're not going anywhere. Ready for takeoff? Apply full power to get us moving. You handle the yoke, and I'll take care of the pedals, steering the aircraft on the runway during takeoff. We have reached 55 knots. Pull the yoke a little bit to lift off. Perfect climbing attitude and speed. I see you know what you're doing. We are 300 feet above the ground. I will retract the flaps. You keep climbing. turn is too shallow, bank a little more. Keep climbing and prepare for the next turn. Okay, turn left again. We are almost there. Remember, we need to climb to 1,600 feet. It will keep us 500 feet above the traffic pattern. I love the weather today. The clouds are beautiful, aren't they? Excellent. I know that you're busy navigating and controlling the plane, but don't forget to enjoy the view.
Pause menu. Currently highlighted. Resume. Press Y to pre-tab. Press B to move. Press A to select. Press right stick.
Well done. I believe you have a talent for piloting. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Let's head back to the ground now.
I'm glad that we flew together today. This might be the first chapter in your pilot's journey, if you want to embark on it. Let's catch up at our headquarters. You seem comfortable out there. I'm sure you will get your PPL in no time.
Press A to select.
There's a laptop in the office that shows all the certification information you'll need for your PPL exam. Take a look.
For your order screen. Current experience plus 0. Rank.
Here you can see all the different certifications you can pass throughout your career.
Certification tree screen. Currently highlighted. Pilot license. Airplane. Certification button. Currently available. Certification cost is 2,000 currency. Allows you to fly a single-engine airplane in
Your
good
first
weather
step is to
conditions
work
and
towards
perform
your private
takeoffs
pilot
and landings from land. Private pilot license. Airplane. Certification button. Currently available. Certification cost is 2,000 currency. Allows you to fly a single-engine airplane in good weather conditions and perform takeoffs and landings from land. Private pilots cannot fly aircraft for commercial purposes. Commercial pilot license, airplane. Private pilot license, airplane. Certification button, currently available. Certification cost is 2,000 currency. Allows you to
All the training lessons you'll need to pass the
Private
PPL
pilot
exam are
license,
available here.
airplane
Make
screen.
sure you're comfortable with these before
Instructor
taking the
feedback.
exam.
I'd recommend to train more to have a chance. Currently highlighted. Sim controls. Training mission, button. Learn the basics of interactions and cameras. Press L stick to glossary. Press B to back. Press A to select. Press right stick to access options, aircraft essentials. Training mission, attitude, pitch, turns, roll, power settings. Training mission, maneuver test training mission, button. Review the skills. Pre-flight. Training mission, taxiing. Training mission, button. Maneuver from parking. Take off. Training mission, button. Landing, yoke management. Training mission, landing, throttle management. Training mission, landing. Training mission, button. Combine throttle and yoke to land safely. Downwind. Training mission, button. First solo flight. Training mission, button. Time to fly on your own. Press L stick to glossary. Press B to back. Turns, roll. Training mission, button. Attitude, pitch. Training mission, button. Aircraft essentials. Training mission, button. Sim controls. Career. Certification tree screen. Currently highlighted. Private pilot license, airplane. Private pilot license, airplane. Certification button, currently available. Certification cost is certification, private pilot license, airplane screen. Instructor feedback, I'd recommend to train more to have a chance. Currently highlighted. Sim control. Mission briefing screen. Mission title is Sim Controls. Category is Basic Handling. Estimated mission duration is 0.5 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. Time to learn the basics. Before getting to know more about aircraft controls, we will go over basic camera and toolbar interactions, which are essential tools to master in Flight Simulator. Loading sim control. Start button. Press A to select.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Jess Molina, and I'll be your instructor. For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 172. Take a look around it. In the simulator, anytime you want, you can easily switch to cursor mode. The cursor is handy for interacting with menus and cockpit controls or instruments. As you can see, activating the cursor also displays the toolbar at the top of the screen. The toolbar is a quick access menu that allows you to control various aspects of the simulation. Try to find and open the controls panel. The controls panel is a useful reminder of the button layout for the devices you're currently using.
2024 planes.
Now try to find and open the camera panel in the toolbar.
Now activated. Now activated.
The camera panel allows you to access the various
Now
views and
deactivated.
camera modes of the simulation. Go ahead and close all the panels for now.
Dollar alt text. Dollar alt
In
text.
front of you is the yoke,
Button.
the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you will be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So, let's hide the yoke for now. For now, we're done with the cursor, so go ahead and hide it. Alright, as we've seen, when you want to look around you, it's easy to rotate the camera. But you can also move it freely in the cockpit to get a better view of anything you want to see. Even through a window to look outside. Now, reset the camera to its original position. Alright, that covers all the main camera functions available in the simulation. Try to familiarize yourself with them a bit more, then reset the camera to its original position whenever you're done. Great.
Post-training reward screen. Category. Title. Mission score is $mission score out of $possible mission score. Overall rank is $rank. Currently highlighted. Mission briefing screen. Mission title is Aircraft Essentials. Category is Basic Handling. Estimated mission duration is 0.4 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. As this is one of your first lessons, we'll start by getting familiar with the main aircraft controls and instruments. In this tutorial you will learn about the yoke which controls the aircraft's ailerons and elevator axis. The rudder pedals which controls the aircraft's yaw axis. The throttle and RPM indicator. Loading aircraft at Start button. Press A to select.
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 172, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons. Okay. Now, the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer while you pull on the yoke. You can see how it affects the elevator. Nice. Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections. For coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder. Great. Last but not least, The throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power. Pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it. Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power. Power is increased. Now pull it back to decrease power. Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle. Look away from the throttle and increase power. Set your throttle to idle. Excellent. When the engine is on, you'll be able to see the power change on your RPM indicator. You will find it on your PFD screen in the top left corner. This tells you how fast the engine is spinning in hundreds of revolutions per minute. Next, take a look at your current speed on the airspeed indicator. It's on the left on your PFD screen. It measures the speed in knots. To check your altitude, look to the altimeter. It's on the right on your PFD screen. Not all aircraft have integrated screens with all this information. A lot of them rely on analog instruments. You can find the analog versions of the airspeed indicator and the altimeter just above the throttle. They are respectively on the left and right. The analog altimeter has 3 hands similar to a clock. The long, thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals. The short, thick one is 1,000-foot intervals, and the long, thin one counts 10,000-foot intervals. That's all for today. Next time, we'll see how it feels in the air.
Post-training reward screen. Basic handling category. Aircraft Essentials title. Overall rank is A. Currently highlighted. Next training. Button. Mission briefing screen. Mission title is Attitude, Pitch. Category is Basic handling. Estimated mission duration is 02 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. In this tutorial you will learn the basics of attitude management. Attitude refers to the aircraft's nose position relative to the horizon, be it through pitch or roll. In the image to the right, the lines represent the horizon's position when ascending or descending. Loading attitude. Start. Button.
To help demonstrate pitch, I've drawn 3 lines on the windshield. Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level? This is the cruise attitude. The lower dotted line is the climb attitude, and the upper one is the descent attitude. Let's dig deeper into what that means. Pull back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude. According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude. But we're losing airspeed, proving you can avoid basic physics while making a climb. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Now, let's level back out. Our speed is increasing and our altitude is stable. That's okay. Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude. As expected, with a nose-down attitude, our altitude is decreasing while our speed is picking up. Great. That's good. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Okay, bring us back to level flight. Now your speed is decreasing and your altitude is stable. That's okay. I think a bit more practice may be a good idea. Try to make only small adjustments to your pitch to avoid overcorrection.
Post-training reward screen. Basic handling category. Attitude, pitch, title. Overall rank is C. Currently highlighted. Next training. Button. Mission briefing screen. Mission title is turns, roll. Category is basic handling. Estimated mission duration is 02 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. This lesson will focus on learning to turn with your aircraft. To perform a turn, you will have to move the yoke in the direction of your choice while maintaining a centered slip skid indicator. This is done by performing small rudder corrections. As for climb and descent, maintaining an attitude will help you retain altitude and airspeed. Loading turns. Start. Button.
For this lesson, we're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the cruise attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly for left turns. Gently move the yoke to the left until the dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Watch your altitude. It wasn't constant during the turn. Now, let's see you level back out. All right. For the next step, turning to the right, let's see how you do on your own without any markings. You can see a series of notches representing 10-degree increments on the attitude indicator part of your PFD. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right on the attitude indicator. Then, maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude until I ask you to stop. That's good. Keep working to maintain a constant altitude during the turn. Level us back out now. Great. Small corrections on the yoke will lead to more accurate turns.
Post-training reward screen. Basic handling category. Turns, role, title. Overall rank is B. Currently highlighted. Mission briefing screen. Mission title is Power Settings. Category is Basic Handling. Estimated mission duration is 02 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. In this tutorial you will learn about the relationship between RPM and throttle management. To do so you will have to maintain a consistent cruise attitude, reduce/increase RPM, seeing the effects that power changes have on airspeed and altitude. Loading power setting. Start button.
Let's talk about the throttle. If you have the need for speed, then the throttle's for you. Full control over the power output of the engine. In the Cessna 172, that relates directly to the RPM displayed on the tachometer on the PFD. Pull back on the throttle to reduce RPM to 1800. Look how your speed and altitude are also decreasing.
Stall.
Excellent. Okay, let's throttle back up to 2,400 RPM. Push the throttle to reach 2,400 RPM. Your speed is increasing now. As long as you maintain the same attitude, your altitude will keep climbing as well. Keep working on it, you'll get better. I think a bit more practice may be a good idea.
Post-training reward screen. Basic handling category. Power settings title. Overall rank is C. Currently highlighted. Mission briefing screen. Mission title is Maneuver Test. Category is Basic Handling. Estimated mission duration is 03 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. Let's review what you have learned in your previous lessons. This first test is an important step on your way to completing your PPL. You will be asked to maintain different attitudes, combine climbs, level flight, descents and turns, manage power settings. Loading maneuver test. Start button.
The art of maneuvering a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore. Now it's time to test the skills you've learned. As you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. If your speed is in the yellow section of the airspeed indicator, it means you are overspeeding. Reduce throttle to idle and pull gently on the yoke to slow down. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. That's good. Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively. You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively. You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively.
Stall.
That's good. Alright, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots. You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Alright, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots. You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Alright, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots. That's okay. Review straight and level flight to better manage your speed and altitude. Additional practice will help, don't worry.
Post-training reward screen. Basic handling category. Maneuver test title. Overall rank is C. Currently highlighted, mission briefing screen. Mission title is pre-flight. Category is takeoff and landing. Estimated mission duration is 0.5 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. Every good flight starts on the ground. Preparing your aircraft and taking all the necessary precautions is essential for every pilot, regardless of experience. Today we'll learn how to do just that and which tools can help us in reaching that goal. Loading pre-flight.
Hello, Today, we're going to go over all the steps that precede turning on your engine. Those steps are essential to ensure your aircraft's integrity and that everything is in order for a smooth and seamless flight. First of all, stretch your legs a bit and take a look at your aircraft and your surroundings. We never took much time to look at our aircraft from the outside, so take your time if you want to inspect it. You might have noticed some extra bits on your aircraft. These are the covers and chocks. Covers are installed when the plane is not in use and are meant to avoid damaging its sensitive parts. Chocks are there to immobilize the aircraft. You'll need to remove them before takeoff. And we're done for the outside. Now that we're sure your aircraft is functional and ready to taxi, let's check the inside. Let's get to the matter at hand. You've been given an EFB, also referred to as an electronic flight bag. It's a tablet that stores critical flight information and is the ideal tool to prepare your flight plans and enhance your piloting experience. Open it and take a look. Feel free to follow a quick guided tour of its features. The
Electronic
EFB features
flight bag
an
overlay.
interactive map, a
This is
flight
not
plan
yet
editor,
narrated.
aircraft and current flight information,
Press
a
left
nav log
bumper
as
plus
well as
back to
fuel
toggle
and
EFB.
payload options.
Press
The
right
EFB has
bumper
plenty
plus
to
L
offer,
stick to
but if
enter
you want to get
cursor
directly
mode.
into the action, you can turn it off after you finish the quick tour. It seems like we're all clear on the checklist. Now start this pretty bird up. Now that we've covered all the preparations, let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
Post-training reward screen. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX category. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX mission briefing screen. Mission title is taxiing. Category is takeoff and landing. Estimated mission duration is 05 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. Taxiing is an essential skill to master before flying with your aircraft. Before taking off, planes need to follow taxiways to get from their dedicated parking spots to the runway. In this training session, you will learn to maneuver on these paths. Taxi. Start. Button. Press A to select.
Let's take a moment to talk about taxiing. Taxiing refers to moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway. Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right, unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake. Okay. Now, gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving. Go easy on your throttle. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. Increase throttle to gain forward momentum and then reduce RPM accordingly to match a fast walking speed while taxiing. Now, test the brakes. Good. Brakes checked. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us. Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway. Watch your speed. Unfortunately, one of your wheels crossed out of the taxiway. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us. Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway. Unfortunately, one of your wheels crossed out of the taxiway. All right, taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport, near the head of runway 21. Stay as close as possible to the taxiway center, marked by the yellow line, and watch your speed.
Pause menu. Currently highlighted. Resume. Button.
Watch your speed. Watch your speed. After the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point, in prep for takeoff. Watch your speed. You've mastered that lesson. The next challenge will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff.
Post-training reward screen. Takeoff and landing category. Taxiing title. Overall rank is A. Currently highlighted. Mission briefing screen. Mission title is Takeoff. Category is Takeoff and Landing. Estimated mission duration is 0.4 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. There is nothing like the thrill of taking flight. Taking off requires a pilot's full attention. All the key steps for this maneuver will be covered in this tutorial. This training session is dedicated to get you off the ground and into the skies. Loading takeoff. Start button. Press A to select.
There's an old saying I like, a mile of road will take you a mile. A mile of runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember. First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear. Check to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway, and to the left to make sure no other planes are approaching. Runway numbers are not arbitrary. Each number matches the first two number of the runway's compass bearing, rounded to the nearest 10 degrees. For example, a runway orientated towards the north would be numbered 36, which is 360 degrees on a compass. Everything looks good, no cross traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position. Now slowly taxi onto the runway and align the plane with the center line. Then stop your plane just after the number 21. Let's position the plane for takeoff. Use your rudder to stay on the center line, and keep pushing power until you reach 55 knots. Good. Now, gently pull back on the yoke. And we're airborne. Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple of inches above the horizon. That'll pitch us up and set a good climb attitude. Maintain 75 knots and we'll reach our target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time. Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to remove the left yaw plane as when climbing. You can see your current yaw input by looking at the MFD slip skid indicator. Okay, 5,500 feet. You've reached your target altitude. Good job.
Post-training reward screen. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX category. XXXXXXXXXXXXX mission briefing screen. Mission title is landing, yoke management. Category is takeoff and landing. Estimated mission duration is 04 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. In this landing tutorial, you will focus on using the yoke. There will be no need to actuate your throttle or flaps on this one. To perform a proper landing, the aircraft's speed and rate of descent are reduced to allow for a gentle touchdown. Loading landing. Start. Button.
For this landing exercise, I want you to focus on the yoke only. We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast. Keep your airspeed at 65 knots. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer landing, but without ever leveling off or climbing. The main landing gear will touch down before the nose wheel does. Reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. I think a bit more practice may be a good idea. Resist the temptation to pull back when above the flare height.
Training reward screen. Takeoff and landing category. Landing, throttle management title. Overall rank is C. Currently highlighted. Mission briefing screen. Mission title is landing. Category is takeoff and landing. Estimated mission duration is 04 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. What goes up must come down. In this training session, start. Button.
My first instructor used to say, the best part of flying is landing in one piece. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. And I've already set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 20 degrees of flaps. Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare.
That's just the start.
reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. You did well, but you can do better. Use rudder pedals to stay on the center line. Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key to a good landing.
Post-training reward screen. Takeoff and landing category. Landing title. Overall rank is B. Currently highlighted. Mission briefing screen. Mission title is downwind. Category is takeoff and landing. Estimated mission duration is 04 minute. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. This training session covers the procedures to be performed while flying in a left-hand traffic pattern, from the downwind leg to final approach. Traffic patterns, also called circuits, are paths to be followed on takeoff and landing, allowing air traffic to move in and out of airports safely. Each part of the pattern is referred to as a leg. Loading downwind. Start. Button. Press A to select. Pause menu. Currently highlighted.
Okay, we're currently flying on the downwind leg, at the standard traffic pattern altitude of 6,000 feet. It's a flight path parallel to the landing runway, but in the opposite direction. In downwind, you want to start preparing for landing. That means setting your speed and flaps configuration. We are passing the end of the runway, so go ahead and reduce RPM to 1700. It will help you to slow you down to 80 knots and begin your descent. The flaps provide extra lift at the expense of additional drag. This extra lift allows flying at a lower airspeed. Flaps allow for smoother and shorter landings. Go ahead and extend 10 degrees of flaps, all while maintaining current speed. Turn left onto the base leg.
Stall.
Try to keep our speed around 75 knots. Keep an eye on the runway as we get ready for our final turn. left onto final.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Make your left turn onto final.
Stall. Stall.
Make your left turn on. Keep a stabilized approach with 65 knots airspeed and prepare for landing. Use throttle and flaps as required to adjust.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink,
Stall.
don't sink.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Apply the brakes and stop the plane. Keep a stabilized approach with 65 knots airspeed and prepare for landing. Use throttle and flaps as required to adjust the glide slope.
Stall.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink,
500.
don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
Stall.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink,
Stall. Stall.
don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Apply the brakes and stop the plane. You followed the traffic pattern well. Good job.
Post-training reward screen. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX category. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX Mission briefing screen. Mission title is First Solo Flight. Category is takeoff and landing. Estimated mission duration is 08 minutes. Aircraft in this mission is Cessna 172 Skyhawk. You've trained for this, now it's time to show off your skills. Channel all your aviation know-how and complete a standard traffic pattern without any assistance from your instructor. Stay relaxed, operate your aircraft safely, and enjoy your flight. Loading first solo. Start button.
Good luck.
Notification.
See you on the other
As
side.
your online text-to-speech services are unavailable. Notification. As your online text-to-speech services are unavailable, switching to offline text-to-speech ATC voices. Pause menu. Currently highlighted. Resume.
don't sink,
Stall.
don't sink, don't sink,
500.
don't sink,
Stall.
don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink,
Stall.
don't sink,
Stall.
don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink,
Stall.
don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink,
500.
don't sink, 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 don't sink.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Don't sink, don't sink,
Stall.
don't sink, don't sink,
Stall.
don't
500.
sink, don't sink, don't sink,
Stall.
don't sink,
Stall.
don't sink, don't
Stall.
sink, don't 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 sink,
500.
don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink,
Stall. Stall.
don't sink.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
I think a bit more practice may be a good idea. You're on your way to becoming one hell of a pilot.
Post training report screen. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX Title. Mission score is $mission score out of $possible mission score. Overall rank is certification, private pilot license, airplane screen. Instructor feedback, based on your training grade, I think you're ready. First solo flight, take exam, 2,000 CR. Button. Pop-up dialog. Take exam. The exam cost is a one-time payment. You can retry it for free at any time. Currently highlighted. Purchase. 2,0 cancel. Option 2 of 2. Press A to select. Take exam, 2,000 CR.